Hello, welcome back to another PAP Reports. Today is Friday the 10th of January 2020. For some strange reason I said 2010 in yesterday's video, which was a mistake and not a split in the space-time continuum. So today we're going to start with another update from a previous video. I have tried to find a video on the channel, but I've run out of time and I've got to get this recorded first. So I will link to it in the description after this video has been uploaded. You may well remember the video yourself, which one it was, and if you do, just give me a hint in the comments and I'll pin your comment. But I reported on how 42-year-old PC Hitesh Lakhani from the Metropolitan Police called 101 to make false claims of a child being assaulted. It has now emerged that although he gave no reason for doing this at the time, it appears that Lakhani's motives were actually to get back at a Hillingdon Council street cleaner over hedge clippings which had fallen into the street. Lakhani even gave a picture of the supposed child abuse offender who was said to have lured a young girl into bushes and forced her to touch him. Thankfully, Lakhani was found out and was found guilty in Kingston Crown Court and was given a 3-year custodial sentence, not suspended, for perverting the course of justice. Judge Jonathan Davies said Lakhani's determination to maintain the bogus story had put the street cleaner at risk of being imprisoned. He also said that this was a wicked, prolonged and cruel conduct. He went on to say that had Mr. Lakhani's evidence not been covered by CCTV, this man would have been arrested and remanded in custody. He never did back down, and this calls into question other cases where he has given evidence. He added that this wasn't spontaneous. You planned this. You have damaged the credibility of police officers generally, and cases you have been a part of may need to be re-examined. Judge Davis also said the most worrying aspect of this case was that Lakhani, as a police officer, presented as a credible witness to a serious allegation where there was an identified suspect. The implications for this victim could have been profound, but we were able to prove Lakhani's account was entirely fictional and unfounded. I hope this prosecution serves as a reminder that nobody is above the law. I personally do genuinely hope that this cretin hasn't lied in his other cases, as this could potentially mean huge injustices for people. So moving on, a former Met Police constable has been sentenced to 2 years prison, suspended for 2 years, following a conviction of fraud. 39-year-old Richard Williams was found guilty of several counts of fraud by false representation and forgery relating to forged medical fitness for work certificates submitted by Williams to the Metropolitan Police during a period spanning March 2015 through to September 2017. Williams managed to defraud the Met Police of over £100,000 in sick pay, claiming that he could barely move, all the time moonlighting as a professional dog walker. Williams told senior staff that he would need a wheelchair or at least 2 walking sticks after 2 car crashes while on duty. It was said that he repeatedly used Tipex to alter genuine medical certificates from multiple GPs. The prosecutor, Daniel Higgins, said, "What the Crown say is this is a case of fraudulent activity by Mr. Williams, who, while a serving police constable, presented fraudulent or altered medical certificates to the Metropolitan Police. This was in order to obtain extended sick leave on full pay and ultimately be pensioned off." Williams was involved in a traffic collision in early 2014 where he suffered back and knee injuries, and was again involved in a traffic collision on March 26, 2015 when another vehicle reversed into the driver's side of a police car he was a passenger in. It's said that it was a low impact collision, but Mr. Williams was taken to Queen's Hospital in Romford, and on discharge he seemed to be in pain and not able to walk properly. It's said that the second accident seemed to aggravate his injuries from the previous accident, explained Mr. Higgins, the prosecutor. Williams seemed to rule out returning to work on restricted duties, claiming that he could not sit or stand for longer than 5 minutes at a time, struggled to get up in the mornings and could not travel in on public transport. Although there were some positive reviews about Williams on Dreamy Dog Complete Care and of Dreamy Dog Walking, with one customer saying, "I would highly recommend Richard to everyone if you want your medical notes defrauded." Now we head on over to Avon and Somerset again, this time for Police Sergeant Lee Cocking, an appropriate name as you will now find out. Cocking has been accused of sexual contact with a woman in his police patrol vehicle and charged with corruption offences after an incident on Christmas Eve 2017. 38-year-old Cocking has denied his participation in the sexual contact, instead claiming to be the one subjected to sexual contact while he was sitting in the driver's seat of his patrol vehicle. Also claiming, surprise, surprise, his post-traumatic stress disorder presented itself in how he processed and reacted to what happened. He was faced with a threat that if he did not participate, he would be subject to a complaint about him. What a terrible, terrible argument. Sergeant Cocking of Labourum Way in Cheddar, Somerset, although didn't enter a plea when he appeared at Gloucestershire Crown Court, is alleged to have exercised police powers and privileges improperly. The case has been adjourned until March 13th and Cocking has been suspended from duty while the proceedings continue. Special Police Constable Jack Walden from Gloucestershire Police has been dismissed and barred from policing after a misconduct hearing found him guilty of 3 allegations of gross misconduct and 1 of misconduct. Walden is said to have posted sensitive police information about 2 members of the public on social media at the time he was a special constable in 2018 and sent offensive and inappropriate messages on Facebook. Chief Constable Rod Hanson said, whilst no harm appears to have been intended or occurred in these circumstances, given the closed chat group, harm could reasonably have been foreseen should the material have been disclosed more widely. Certainly in the case of allegation 4, disclosure of confidential details about 2 members of the public could have serious ramifications. The behaviours also threaten trust and confidence that British policing relies upon so heavily. Trust and confidence that British policing relies on so heavily. Well, Rod, I think that ship sailed a long time ago. Hanson went on to say that the police service continues to struggle to recruit and retain members of the public from underrepresented groups. The behaviours exhibited by this former officer would have damaged our chances of improving our community relations and achieving a more diverse workforce had it come to public attention. Now, I think we can assume from that comment alone about underrepresented groups and diversity that the information was either racially or sexually based. Detective Superintendent Mark Chicken of the Force's Professional Standards Department said Mr. Walden would have been dismissed if he still worked at the constabulary. Mr. Chicken also said former Special Constable Jack Walden's conduct was unacceptable and it was determined that had he still been a member of the constabulary, he would have been dismissed due to gross misconduct. Now we move on to my local force again, Merseyside. Unfortunately, this is another report about some poor soul losing their life. An 84-year-old was on his way to buy a newspaper from his local shop, it appears, on the morning of the 8th of January, last Wednesday, at around 11:15. A marked police vehicle ran into the man close to the Three Stags pub in Spittal on the Wirral. It has been revealed that the police vehicle was not responding to an emergency, although witnesses are supposed to have said that the vehicle had its blue lights flashing. The 84-year-old, who has not yet been named, was a husband, a father to 3 and a grandfather. One witness, who was on the opposite side of the road, saw the man stood on a pavement at the crossing. She then saw the pensioner make a run for it before he was hit by the patrol vehicle. The man was taken to hospital by air ambulance and a huge emergency response was sent to the scene. Suggestions of up to 13 police vehicles were in attendance. And I wonder why there were so many police in attendance. I mean, I've seen far worse worse RTAs where less police have been present. The man who was struck by the police car died yesterday afternoon, Thursday. I'm sure I can speak for all of my viewers that all of our thoughts are with this man's family and friends at this sad time. And I hope, genuinely hope, that someone is held to account for this tragic incident. Well, guys, that's it for today. Now, these reports, these PAP reports, Monday to Friday, they're going to be. The weekends I'm going to use to go over videos that other people have sent me. As you've seen, I've not really done any of my normal style videos this week while I've been getting into the habit of doing these PAP reports. The weekend, I will report anything from over the weekend on Monday, but the weekend is going to be for my time, for my time and also for looking at videos that need to be dissected rather than just these report videos. Don't forget, if you haven't already, the caption contest, just for fun contest, over on the community tab of this channel. Go and check that out. If you haven't made a submission yet, leave us a comment. There's about 230, 240 comments on there now. Some of them I've literally wet myself reading. Absolutely brilliant. I'm going to have such a hard time picking somebody who is a winner. But again, this is going to be a weekly thing. Every Monday I'm going to put a picture out on the community tab on the channel, put my teeth in, where you can jump on, you know, leave your comment, leave your caption, you know, let's make it fun. I know there's a lot of people that have been laughing at other people's comments on there as well. But that's all I wanted to do. I just want to have a little bit of fun on the channel as well. So go over to the community tab if you haven't already, and leave your caption on the caption contest for this week. And on Monday I'll be putting another one up, so make sure to check that one out as well. Thank you very much for your time this week. Please let me know what you think of these reports. You know, is this something that you'd like me to continue? It's something I enjoyed doing, but if it's something you'd like me to continue, if there's something you'd like me to change about the reports, you know, I'm willing to listen to your opinions and to your criticisms. So yeah, please let me know in the comments below. Apart from that, have a great weekend. I might be popping some videos out over the weekend. But that depends on how many I've got to go through and to edit and dissect. Otherwise, I'll be popping them out the other side of the weekend. Stay safe, be good to each other, and remember to film the police. Good night, all. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you like the content and you'd like to help support the channel, you can do so. In the description of every video there are some links to ways that you're able to help support the channel so I can continue putting out content. If you're unable to help us in that way, hit that subscribe button up the top there. If you haven't already, become a subscriber. That is support enough. Share the videos, comment, like, it all helps. If you're looking for something else to watch, up top there is my latest video. Down the bottom there is a video that YouTube recommends for you.